Well, now I'm done with Hisland's kid. Let's talk about Siridra's kid. Now, this gonna be a roller coaster, but just keep with me because this is probably one of the hardest kid to understand. But I'll try my best to, explain it to you guys in the simple terms. So Siridra's basic attack is garbage. You'll never use that bullshit. Her skill, simply she grants a buff to an ally. You can target this, but you wanna keep your main DPS on the first slot because I'll tell you why. So she grants them a buff called military merit. It could be changed, but you wanna stack this thing up. You're gonna stack this merit buff by your ally using skill or basic attack or even ulti will give the one stack of this buff. And once you get 6 of this, you will enhance this buff and it will go from military merit to nobility. Simply you will have an effect that will trigger saying, oh, you have a higher buff now. And when you get this, your designated ally will have 72% increase skill damage. This is skill, it only works on skill, so you're gonna have flat 72% damage increase, crit damage boost on your skills. It only works on skill as I know of now. So yeah, also you can also remove any debuff if they have on them when you get this upgraded. You also have a maximum of 8 stacks, so you can stack up to 8 of this buff, but once you get to 60 you will automatically get upgraded, and once this is over you will consume the 6 stacks and then you will go back to 2. Then you have to stack this up again, then you will go and instant repeat. So how do you get this the buff? You get this mainly through her ult, because this her ult will grant 2 charges of this buff, the merit buff, and she'll also do 25% of her attack to enemies. So she's gonna do damage, she'll grant 2 buff, and she does a lot of damage. Because she does a lot of damage means she will do a lot of damage, because her kit is mostly for enhancing allies / enhancing herself, so she can do a lot of damage. She's more like a Tribi but on steroids, literally on steroids. I'm not even joking. The merit buff, the buff thing is a little bit hard to understand, but simply in simple terms, you get 6 of the stacks, you give it to your main DPS. The main DPS will have a skill damage bonus and you will do a lot of damage. That's what it is supposed to do. And she's gonna be best in slot with Finon. So for Finon, in simple terms, if you have this buff, Finon can drop 2 freaking meteors back to back. When you go into Finon's ult, you can drop 2 meteors back to back. Rather than just able to drop 1, he will able to drop 2 of these things, and you'll probably wipe out everything in the game. For other units, I have no idea how it's gonna work, especially with Anaxa. It will have crazy synergy because Anaxa should be able to literally skill 2 times in a row. That's like freaking 2 follow-ups on top of it. It's like it'll be crazy. So yeah, don't sleep on Siridra's skill. It's really, really strong. Now that's it. That's her whole kit. Her ulti is just a damaging thing and to make more stack of this thing. But her skill and talent is gonna be the main thing. Now her talent, again, please stick with me, okay? Siridra character with merit point gains 24% attack. Now this attack is on normal, not when it's upgraded, okay? Not when it goes to nobility. When it's not upgraded, the ally will get 24% attack percent. It's pretty decent. When character is basic attack skill, or like I said, ultimate, Siridra will gain charge, but mainly basic attack and skill because ulti will not consider charge. Okay, I'm sorry. Only basic attack and skill will grant Siridra 1 stack of the buff, okay? And I'm not gonna pronounce the buff because it's really, really hard. It's a really, really annoying name. And when the target changes, Siridra changes to reset to 0. Simply, if you want to change the buff, if you want to choose somebody else and give the buff, her, Siridra's buff stacks will go back to 0 rather than, counting from where it was. So if it was 4 and if you change it to someone, rather than it will go to, rather than staying to 4, it will go back to 0. So you cannot change the buff whenever you feel like it. You always want to keep this buff on your main DPS at no matter what the cost. So yeah, give the buff to your main DPS and main DPS alone, okay? Now, now let's talk about her technique. Literally, she gets one point of this buff. That's it. After using the game, every minute when switching to advanced character, will transfer into current active character and the start of the battle. Okay, simply when you use the technique, she will give the merit to the first ally on the target. Simply you start the battle with her technique, you will give the buff automatically to the first person on your roster. So you want to keep your main DPS on the first roster. That's why I said you want to keep your main DPS on the first roster, so you don't need to waste your skill. You will automatically start with one buff. It's really good, so always keep that in mind. Okay, you want to keep your main DPS on the first slot, so you can always get this one buff when you go into the fights. Now her traces, she gets 22% wind damage, 18% attack, and 10% HP. And I know these look weird, but let me tell you, these are decent traces because of how her kit works. Like the HP percent is kind of garbage, but yeah. Now her ascension traces. A1, when Surara attack is greater than 2000, for every 100% attack exceeds, the unit increase this unit's crit damage by 18% up to 360. Yeah, you heard it. 360. Yeah, I don't even want to talk more. Now her A2 trace, increase Surara's crit rate by 100% whenever Surara charge is less than maximum. When a character with military merit uses the ultimate, the first time Surara gains 1 point of charge. So yeah, she can also gain 1 charge from her alt skill and basic. So yeah, I guess I was wrong. I was right, but you know, it's tied to her A2 trace simply. And she gets 100% crit damage, just like Bronya, but you know, you have to keep your merit below 6. So yeah. When using skill, by the way, this is A3 trace. When using skill, increase the speed of the unit, the team with military merit by 20% for 3 turns. Then a character with military merit uses basic skills, basic attack or skills, regenerates 5 energy. Yeah, that's her whole kit. That's it. And if you want to know about her E1 is simple. It ignores enemies' defense. So yeah, and it also ignores defense by 18%. So it ignores 15% defense. Then it additionally ignores 18% defense. So yeah, it's pretty strong even for a hyper carry supporter. So yeah, it's really solid. If you want it, if you're a low spender, it's a solid E1. Her Lycon is, what's her Lycon again? I forgot to check her Lycon. Oh, give me a second. Her Lycon should be giving her a crazy amount of attack and a crazy amount of defense percentage to the ally, if I remember, that is. Okay, Surara's Lycon. Increase the wearer's attack by 64%. Whenever you use alt, recover 1 skill point. And increase the character damage dealt by targeted skill by 54%. So yeah, S1 you're gonna give 54% more damage to your buffed units. In this case, mostly gonna be Finon, Anaxap, Saber. You can use this character on a lot of teams and get away with it. It is a strong ass support, and it's like a must-have in my opinion, unless they change her kit. Yeah, this is looking broken. It's looking more, it's like Tribi but for hyper carry units. Like, you know, she's like a Tribi of hyper carry DPS. Okay, I mean Tribi is also good for hyper carry, right? It's more like she's just almost irreplaceable for hyper carry units that rely on skill, like Anaxa, freaking Finon. Even, I could be wrong, but even for Archer, to a point, if you know how to manage your skill point, holy shit, Archer's gonna probably slam dunk some people. If they have synergy, that is. I don't know how it works, but if they have synergy, then yeah. So I know it's a weird kit, but a strong kit in my opinion. So yeah, don't sleep on Surara, guys. That's it. It's really hard for me to explain her kit, but yeah, solid kit, strong kit. Just get her if you can, in my opinion. And yeah, that's it. I tried my best, okay.